everyone, I'm Olivia and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. So for today's video, I thought we'd start getting into like back to school type videos and stuff like that, since it's August and a lot of people are going back to like traveling to where they're staying for university, or starting to prepare for their courses and buy school supplies and stuff like that. So I figured this would be a good time to start getting into back to school videos. And so yeah, I'm super excited for my first back to school video ever. And so yeah, I'm gonna be talking about ways that you can survive college, or I guess in other words, ways to die less in college. There's no surviving it, but so yeah, like I finished my first year of university last year, just like I guess technically this year in the spring. And so yeah, I've learned a few things, I guess, that I like to share with you guys. So if you guys are going into your first year of college or university, hopefully you'll find this helpful. And if you've already been to college and university, feel free to leave some comments down below to, help a sister out, help a brother out, help someone out. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first tip I have is to join extracurriculars, like join clubs or sports teams or some other activity that you are really interested in. The reason I suggest this is because I personally found it hard to make friends with people in my classes because they were on totally different schedules. They, some of them weren't there for the same reasons I was. Like, I might be there because like I'm just like, oh, I need to get this class over with. Someone else might be there because they're like really passionate about it. Yeah, so a lot of times you have totally different interests than other people that are in your class, and you don't always sit next to the same people. So a great way to make friends is to join extracurriculars, because right then you all have the same time commitment, you all are obviously interested in the same thing, and you get a lot more social time as well during extracurriculars versus like when you're sitting in class. So yeah, I definitely just recommend joining a club, and if there's no clubs that really interest you, just join a random club. You might end up liking it. My second piece of advice would be to not be scared of your professors. So okay, I'm really intimidated by people who have authority over me, and especially with professors when they're they all have PhDs, they all have way higher education than I do, and they know way more things like within a certain area than I do. And so I found that really intimidating going into university. However, keep in mind that your profs are really passionate about what they're doing, and they're just there to share their passion with other people. And I've done 2 semesters so far, so I've taken 10 classes total. So I've had 10 different profs, and out of all those 10 profs, I've only had one prof that really looked down on his students and was kind of stuck up, but everyone else was like just there to spread their passion and to help their students achieve the best that they can. So yeah, just keep that in mind, to not be intimidated by someone just because they're smarter than you. Well, not smart, like smarter within an area. You know what I'm saying. The next thing to keep in mind is that the way you view time now will change drastically when you start college or university. So for example, like in high school, like 1 hour for studying, it seems like a decent amount of time to, get into a topic and go over it. However, in university, 1 hour is a quick review of your material. Like, you are not gonna get in depth in a 1 hour study period for university. And I feel like that's something important to keep in mind, like before you, am I out of focus? Okay, good. Before you start like attending your classes, because I feel like if you go in and you're kind of frustrated, like, oh, I can't get as much done as I hope to get done, I'm not, my life isn't planned out properly because this is taking so much longer than I thought it would. So I feel like that's just something to keep in mind as well, and to kind of start to get your head around before you actually start going to your classes, is that time from now on is way shorter than you ever thought time was. So another piece of advice I have would be to, you know, just keep an open mind about the program that you're in. So for example, when my first year, which my only year, I took education, and I went into this program thinking, okay, I'm gonna like this program, this is what I'm gonna study, I'm gonna graduate in 4 years, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be a teacher, I'm gonna love it. You know, like I went in with such a strict view of how my life was gonna look, and you can't really do that. I ended up feeling kind of like meh about education. I mean, I liked it because I love kids, and I love helping, you know, kids. I like teaching them things and spending time with them, and I met so many cool kids in my practicum, and that was a really cool experience for me. However, the classes themselves, you know, things that we were doing and learning about, I was kind of, you know, not really into. I found that I didn't really connect with a lot of people in my program as much as I had hoped, and you know, I just ended up not being as passionate about it as I thought I would be. And I still feel like I kind of am, but at first, you know, I was really hard on myself for not falling in love with it. But you have to keep in mind that there are so many career paths out there and so many programs, and just because, you know, the first time you do something, you know, and you don't love it doesn't mean that, you know, the rest of your life is downhill. You know, sometimes it's just about figuring things out and deciding what you want to do, and that doesn't always come right away for a lot of people. So yeah, just, you know, try to keep that in mind, and I'm also gonna try to keep that in mind because I feel like I'm gonna get wrapped up in that same mindset again. Okay, and a final piece of advice that I have would be to not make school the bane of your existence, because it's so easy to do when you have a lot of classes, you have a lot of studying, you have some projects. You know, it's so easy to make your life revolve around school, and I feel like that's why a lot of people kind of hate school is because they don't take the time to, you know, spend time with people or do the things that they enjoy doing, or, you know, taking a break. They're just so focused on the next project and getting good marks, and at the end of the day, like, getting good marks and, you know, doing well in school is the least important thing to your survival. I mean, if you think about like a very rudimentary like view of your existence, like, you don't need school to survive. You need food to survive, you need your social needs met to survive. I mean, I'm not saying that school isn't important, but I'm just saying, you know, just don't there are times when you need to not take it seriously. Like, you need to know, you know, when you need to get studying, when you need to get your projects, but you also need to, you know, find the balance to know when you need to stop and do something that you like. So yeah, that is it for my advice. Is this advice? Is this good advice? I don't know, but hopefully it was good advice. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another back to school type video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying my content. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying my videos, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye!